Connected Homeschooling, Episode 0.
Welcome to the Connected Homeschooling Podcast, where we connect homeschooling families like yours with leaders, authors, speakers, and all-around interesting people who provide great conversations, tips, and advice. Now here's your host, Devin Dabney.
Well, hello, and thank you for joining me on this very first episode of the Connected Homeschooling Podcast. I'm your host, Devin Dabney, and you're probably asking the question, what is this podcast about? Well, in this episode, I'll take some time to answer that question. I'm a firm believer that experiencing life together is better than doing it alone. And it's no different with homeschooling. Being a connected homeschooler is about being involved in a community of people who embrace your values and beliefs and who are there to encourage you in your journey. If you're looking for a place to be encouraged and inspired by remarkable people, this is the podcast for you. One of my goals is to help you discover great people and organizations who are doing great things and providing great resources for you, the connected homeschoolers. In each episode, I plan to bring you interviews with people who are some of the best and brightest minds in the world. In many cases, these people are authors, speakers, and business owners, and you might not ever get a chance to read all of their books, or hear them speak in person, or visit their booth at a homeschool convention. But I'm bringing them right into your home, or as you take a drive, or during a morning or evening stroll. Now, if you're new to the world of podcasting, I invite you to think of this simply as a virtual radio show, only with more enhanced features. You see, in the world of podcasting, you can visit a website or use an app to listen to your favorite shows whenever you like to. When a new episode is released, you'll be able to see it right away in iTunes or using an app such as Stitcher. You can also be notified by subscribing to my email list at connectedhomeschooling.com. At the end of each episode, as a reward for you sticking around, I plan to offer a resource of the week. It may come in the form of a discount on my guest book or other product, or it may be a reduction in price for an online workshop, a course, or event. As part of this first episode, I'd like to share with you a free resource that I believe would prove particularly helpful for you in your homeschooling experience. And this resource is called Dropbox. We all know that it's very important to back up our most precious files and important files that are on our computer, but oftentimes we don't do it, or we don't think about it, or we feel that it's cumbersome to do. Well, if you install Dropbox, it creates a folder on your computer that is synced to the cloud. What this means is, if you save files or folders into your Dropbox folder, it's backed up, and it's also accessible on other devices such as your mobile or smartphone, and also on tablet devices or any computer that is connected to the web. So, if you don't want to lose your most important documents, music files, pictures, or videos, it's a good idea to install Dropbox and save a copy of those into your Dropbox folder. That way, if your hard drive should fail, you can simply go to Dropbox.com, or you can go to the nearest computer and install Dropbox and connect to your account and download the files again. So if you want to check out Dropbox, visit connectedhomeschooling.com/Dropbox. This is a referral link. It doesn't cost you anything or doesn't cost me anything, and it helps us both to get more space from Dropbox. If you enjoy this podcast, I would be appreciative if you would visit connectedhomeschooling.com and subscribe to the email list. This is the way that I can get in touch with you to notify you about a new episode, and also I can send the show notes for each episode. Another way to get in touch with the Connected Homeschooling community is to like our page on Facebook by visiting facebook.com/connectedhomeschooling. Each episode of the show, as I mentioned, would have some show notes. The show notes for today's episode can be found at connectedhomeschooling.com/episode 0. The next episode will be connectedhomeschooling.com/episode 1, and so on. You'll find the resources that we discussed, the links that I share, and also information about the deal of the week, or the resource of the week. This is also the place to leave feedback and comments on the episode, or questions if you have any. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this episode of Connected Homeschooling. Remember, you can find the show notes for this episode at connectedhomeschooling.com/episode 0. Tune in next time for another great episode where we'll connect you with the people, resources, and tools you need to make your homeschool a success.